Hello, A class, and welcome to your next SPaG lesson. So in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at conjunctions and learning about using the conjunctions in our sentences. And our clip this week is going to be focusing on a painted dog. So obviously, as I said, our learning objective is that we are learning how to write sentences with more than one clause by using a wider range of conjunctions that include when, if, because, and although. So this clip here is about the painted wolf. And the clip description tells us that the artistically named painted wolf gets its name from the patchy brown and caramel color of its fur. Although it has been called at least 10 other different names, such as the African wild dog and the hyena dog, sadly, they are one of the most endangered carnivores in Africa, with only 6,600 left in the world. In this fascinating clip, we learn about Tate, a painted wolf, and her 2-week-old puppies. On their first day out in the open, the puppies meet 2 honey badgers who aren't the friendliest creatures. What will happen to Tate's puppies? We're going to watch this clip and we're going to find out. Something to think about once you've watched the clip is the following. Can you list some words or phrases that accurately describe the painted wolf's unusual fur? So when you've watched the clip, pause it afterwards so that you can write down some words or some phrases that describe what the fur looks like. So you can see some examples there. We've got an artist's paint palette, we've got dappled, we've got splattered. So see what you can come up with. Okay, so now that we've watched the clip, you can pause the video now and finish the word challenge that we have there of accurately describing what the painted wolf's unusual fur looks like. We're then going to move on to our grammar bit. So our grammar bit obviously has our scintillating sentences on the right-hand side, and then we've got a bit of information on the left-hand side. So it says, read the 3 scintillating sentences opposite and notice how they have been extended, so made longer, to include more than one clause or section. Remember that a clause typically contains a subject and a verb. The words in bold are the subordinating conjunctions, and we can use them to add extra information to our sentences, which makes them more interesting. With a partner, or hopefully with an adult at home or someone at home, compare 2 different ways of writing the same information. So maybe you can write down 2 different versions of the information and see which one is more effective and why. So let's have a look at the example there. At the bottom it said, although she was quite old, Tate still managed to have another litter of puppies. Tate was quite old. She managed to have another litter of puppies. So you can see that one there is written in the 2 separate sentences, and one we've got our conjunction making the sentence, extending our sentence. So let's read our scintillating sentences. Tate took her pups back into the safety of the den when the honey badger appeared. Tate's youngest daughter barked at the honey badgers because she sensed they would cause trouble. If Tate hadn't taken her puppies back to their den, the honey badger may have attacked them. So you can see that your conjunctions are the bolded words, and you may notice that actually one of the sentences has our conjunction at the beginning of the sentence. But you will also notice then that the end of that idea is marked with a comma and then the added extra information that goes with that. A little bit of a did you know? Did you know that painted wolves are very social animals that live in packs? Collectively, they hunt together, share food, and look after newborn puppies or newborn pups. Moving on to our whiteboard challenge. So challenge 1, complete the first sentence by choosing the correct subordinating conjunction from the word wall. Now rewrite the sentence so that this conjunction is at the beginning of the sentence. So you're going to write that sentence out twice. You're going to choose a subordinating conjunction from our word wall. You're going to fill it in to the first sentence where it says the painted wolf gets its artistic name, and then you need to put your conjunction in there, of its patchy fur coat. Then the second part of challenge 1 says, can you rewrite that sentence, but starting with the subordinating conjunction? And remember what I mentioned in the previous on the previous page about if our conjunctions at the beginning, when we get to the end of the idea, it's punctuated with a comma. Challenge 2 says finish the second sentence by adding extra information continuing from the subordinating conjunction when. So when is your subordinating conjunction in that sentence? So can you complete that sentence and add extra information? So it says the pups were a bit shaky on their feet when, and then you need to finish off that sentence. Then challenge 3 says using a subordinating conjunction, so when, if, because, and although, and some of the descriptive words from the word wall, write your own scintillating sentence about the animals featured in the film clip. So you will be writing your own sentence, and you can write more than one sentence if you would like, about the painted wolf and what you saw in the clip. Reading the sentences that you need to focus on, we've got the painted wolf gets its artistic name, and then you fill that in, of its patchy fur coat. Sentence 2 says the pups were a bit shaky on their feet when, and then you would finish that one. Then your word wall, you've got because, although, when, if. You've got painted wolf, pup, unsteady, paint splattered, honey badger, protective, aggressive, emerged, and growled. So don't forget to share your ideas with us on Tapestry and your work that you've done, and please make sure to place it on to Tapestry by 4 o'clock this afternoon.